Hello, my name is Jason Johnson, and I'm with Focus Counseling and Therapy in Daphne. If you are part of Generation X or before, like the boomers, you are in a unique situation. You are the last generation that will remember what life was like before the digital revolution and then after the digital revolution. Or I remember as Generation Xer being able to go and ride my bike and anywhere I wanted to and not worry about the proverbial white van trying to kidnap me. When I got home, I went outside and played. There was nothing else to do. Certainly no video games that I would find engrossing or engaging that would take my time. If I wanted to watch cartoons, I better wake up early on Saturday morning and watch them till 12 because afterwards it was boring adult show. Now the realm of influence. The realm of influence was usually primarily the family unit that was around us. And then maybe, let's say, the church. Then school and the general community itself. Perhaps newspapers, perhaps the evening news. But it was controlled. And parents had a lot more control on what influenced their child, specifically their worldview and their perspective of themselves. Now that's all changed with the digital revolution. In some ways, kids are a lot better off today than we were. In that they have instant access to information that we could have only dreamed of in the past. But it has come at a bit of a price. The one, you don't see kids outside that much because of that proverbial van that doesn't exist. But those video games are a lot more exciting, engrossing. But the realm of influence is no longer just geographically located. But you now have an entire world trying to influence, shape your child's view of themselves and view of the world. And it's very difficult to try to control that. I have worked with too many people whose children are suffering because they see things on certain social media platforms that, one, are absolutely shocking to them, they would not realize, but also gives them unrealistic expectations on what life is about, on what's important in life, causing them things like depression and anxiety and issues with self-image to a degree that you would not have seen before. And it requires us, with smaller children, to stay vigilant. We need to be vigilant on what our kids are exposed to. Because once again, you have an entire world trying to tell your child and trying to tell your child what's important and trying to shape your child into what it thinks it should be. And before you know it, it can be too late, and you can realize that what you have been trying to do has been completely undone because of what they have experienced. I have worked with too many young people and young families where the child is extremely depressed, has extreme anxiety, has extreme issues in what they see as being important in life, what they see as realistic expectations, what they see as a value. And where did they get this? They got this from the internet. They got this from social media, from their cell phones. And we need to be staying on top of this because we do not know what this generation is going to be like when they get into their 20s and their 30s. This is a generation that's experiencing loneliness and depression and anxiety like never before. And we as parents are the ones that are ultimately responsible in making sure that we stay on top of this. Now, if you would like to learn more about this, ways that you can control your kids' access to the internet, ways that you can have discussions with them about realistic points of view. You're welcome to check out my website at jjohnsoncounseling.com or email me at jjohnsoncounseling.com, or you can call me at 251 307 5338. I appreciate your time, and this is an issue that's way too important to ignore, and it's something that we need to be on top of and be aware of, because really we are stuck between a rock and cyberspace, and it is important that we are equipped mentally and physically to address it. So thank you again for listening, and I hope all is well.